Hey everyone, I'm Japan Animation, and well, 7 of 8 of you voted that they actually would be interested in watching me open a pack of Pokemon cards, so I thought I might as well give it a go and try the video out. So I bought this Obsidian Flames Scarlet and Violet pack online that has 9 booster packs, 1 full art foil promo card featuring Charmander, who is of course the cover star, and 65 card sleeves featuring Charmander, with a guide to the Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames expansion to explain obviously how you use them, and as well as a flip die. I'm not big on playing the card game, I've never properly done it, so I don't know how to use any of those things, unfortunately. But I mean, I grew up around Pokemon. It's been a significant portion of my life. I've spent a surprisingly large amount of money on Pokemon merchandise. These, for instance, as you can see by and tell by the Japanese writing, I actually did buy in Tokyo. The amount of money I spent at the Pokemon centres in Tokyo is horrifying looking back, but I don't regret it, actually. I love Pokemon too much, basically. So with that in mind, I suppose it's worth getting on with the opening. Okay, so the inside of this actually, so it's a pretty cool scene altogether, I've got to say. So there's a Dragonite, a Tyranitar, and a Crystal Charizard as well. So the bottom one is the only one that's not crystal-like. Unfortunately, I haven't really watched or played Scarlet or Violet. I do have the games, but the last games that I really remember seeing was it wasn't Sun and Moon, actually. It was Omega Ruby, the last one that I bought and played. So the Hoenn remakes. I've been going through sort of phases of playing and not playing, so I'm a bit out of date on some of the more recent Pokemon, unfortunately. So it does come with a player's guide, which someone like me would need, because this is my first foray into Pokemon cards and I have no idea whatsoever what I'm doing beyond the fact that Pokemon cards look cool. So here's the cards and dice, and does that have a Pokemon in it? I can't tell. So let's get the first pack out. Right, let's see what we get. So, holographic Togekiss. Its attacks ability A, Precious Gift, and attack of Power Cyclone. Known as a bringer of blessings, it's been depicted on good luck charms since ancient times. You know, it's weird that I obviously remember the original series and obviously Togepi being so important and introduced as the egg that was being carried and then that hatched, but I don't remember the evolution into Togetic sort of arc at all, and I don't know why, but it just passed me by completely. The second card is just a basic energy card. It's grass, I'm guessing. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. So second out comes Darumaka. So it has a HP of 80, fire type of course. Its 2 attacks are headbutt and surprise attack. Flip a coin, if tails, this attack does nothing. Okay, that is not right for me. I always pick tails. That's just not fair. That's good actually, Froakie. A starter. I always like collecting the starters because the ones people like the most, the people want to talk about the most. But its attack is try bouncing. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. So there's a lot of coin flipping, I'm guessing, in the games. I presume these tokens are what you flip. I don't know. This is new to me. Here's the Charizard card. Charizard X. Shiny holographic. Brilliant. Looks cool. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. So does it have an attack that damages itself? Doesn't say so. It's all about prize cards. Its attack Burning Darkness does 30 more damage each prize card your opponent has taken. And because of a Pokemon X rule, when your Pokemon X is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. Again, not sure what they are. This is a very powerful Pokemon, I can tell, because that Darumaka had 80 HP, this one has 330. Presume that a normal Charizard has less than that. When you play this Pokemon card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. This seems like it'd be a very powerful card, I've got to say. So, I thought I'd look it up on my phone because of how important this one is. And this is the hyper rare print of the card. I've got to tell you the truth, the special illustration rare looks the coolest if you ask me. But it is just cosmetic differences, although the regular print is actually a really good looking card, I've got to say. Yeah, this is a hyper rare print. The next card to come out will be Electros. It's very shiny, I'll give it that. Very golden and cool looking. I was never as big on Unova, to be honest. It was the Generation 5 was the one that I kind of skipped the majority of. I started playing the Gen 4 games when I started college, just as something to do when I found my DS. And I eventually bought the Gen 5 games, but I never really watched the anime until it had already run. And I returned one of the games because I did not like, I think that was Black 2 that I returned, because I just was not enjoying it. So I pretty much skipped it over, going from Sinnoh to Kalos, straight from Gen 4 to Gen 6. I'm pretty sure Elisa has an Electros. But other than that, this is a Pokemon I don't know as much about as perhaps the other ones. Arbeliever. Not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Not heard of this Pokemon yet. Do not know anything about it at all. So it evolves from Dolive. It kind of looks like a 3-stage Pokemon, but it doesn't say it is. Healing Fruit. Heal all damage from one of your benched Pokemon. And Oil Shot, which does 90 damage. That HP of 140 is quite good though, I've got to say. There's a lot of Unova, seemingly, because next out came Seismitoad. I do remember this one. I don't remember why Pokemon is in the active spot. Attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon cost more. That's its ability of Quaking Zone, and Echoed Voice 120. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Echoed Voice attack does 100 more damage before applying weakness and resistance. I presume that can't stack more than once, because that would be hugely powerful. Armor Rouge, again, this is too recent for me. I haven't seen this Pokemon at all. Design, I must say. Although it suffers from only being 4'11". Although it weighs more than me, weirdly. Although it does look like it's made out of molten rock, so I suppose that does make sense. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, the attacking Pokemon is now burned. Oh, I see. So this is a 2nd stage evolution. So the other one, Seismitoad and Arbeliever stage 2, so the 3rd stage evolution. Okay, I'm learning. I'm getting there. Finally, Gen 1 I can recognise the Vulpix. I remember everyone loving the sort of cuteness of this one. It was kind of one of the cutesy Pokemon people obsessed over in the 90s. Never really was a Pokemon I cared about much though. Maybe I played the wrong games and always ended up in the game where you couldn't catch one. I don't think I've ever actually caught a Vulpix. Even though I do think they're cool and I do really kind of want one. If Pokemon were real, this would be a Pokemon I would actually want to have. Although, as a quick fact about me, if I could have any Pokemon, such a stereotype, if I could pick a Pokemon, definitely Piplup. I used to have a hamster called Piplup because, like the Plup, it too would not take food from people it didn't trust, so it refused to eat out of my hand for quite a long time. But also, it was the most daring Pokemon I've ever seen. I have never, ever seen a hamster that will just hang from the bars like it's some sort of trapeze artist. Piplup was a special one, and for that reason, Piplup is one of my favourite Pokemon of all time. That, and because I got into Pokemon again in Sinnoh, and it was the Piplup that I picked. Hated Primplup, loved Empoleon. Now, it would be perfect if this were a Piplup or an Empoleon. I don't know if they're part of it, but the video would just be absolutely heaven sent if I open this and there's a Piplup or Piplup evolution in here. So here's hoping. No. Down sweet. I didn't expect it to come off, but there was always hope. One little fruit grass type in every region, isn't there? I don't know which region this one's from. It's not Kalos or before. This isn't a Pokemon I recognise, but it has quite heavy attacks. Stampede, Reckless Charge. How much does it weigh? 7.1 pounds. It's not a heavy Pokemon, but its attacks are very throw your weight around. That's new to me. That's interesting. Its sweat is sweet, like syrup made from boiled down fruit. Because of this, Bound Sweet was highly valued in the past, when sweetness was scarce. Was this introduced around Hisui, maybe? With the mention of in the past? Probably not, but maybe I'm just trying to find sense that isn't there. I don't know. So that was the first pack. Got 3 special ones, the Togekiss. Try and show that a bit better. Oops. The Electros. And obviously the Charizard, which I think someone will probably correct me if I am wrong that this is a hyper rare print of it. But overall, the first pack that I've opened seems to have been a pretty good one. I don't know if, because I mean there's 8 left for me to open that I will be opening at some point in the future. Probably once a week I'll be opening them just for time reasons and finding time to get all this set up, because this video was not easy to make. I had forgot how much preparation goes into making a YouTube video that actually requires me to show my face. If you recognize me from from my previous channel, please don't reveal why, because that was very boring and dry and I'm trying to leave that behind. So other than the packs, what else comes in here? Oh, suppose I may as well open this one because it's the Charmander. This is the special Charmander cover star one. Charmander staring at a Pidgey in much the same way my dogs stare at the pigeons outside, with burning hatred for no discernible reason. In fact, its face kind of looks puppy-like. You can have a look at the face. It does look kind of like a puppy. It's trying to snarl as best it can. It's only got the attack of Heat Tackle though. So yeah, this is the promotional print, not the Obsidian Flames print. The Obsidian Flames print is just, I think Charmander's using Fire Spin. There's flames spinning all around it. It's not staring at a Pidgey like the Pidgey has stolen its young and it's trying to get revenge, which this Charmander is for some reason. These are all the energy cards. I'll think of what to do with them later. These are the card sleeves that I mentioned earlier that I'll probably be after I've stopped videoing this, I'll probably be putting the open cards in this just to keep them safe, I guess. Oops, I missed quite a few of those. I definitely know what these are. The dividers to keep it organised. I mean, Charmander is a cool Pokemon, so as dividers go, I would describe it as a good choice. It does make me want to buy it a bit more. I almost bought the Arceus box, actually, which was twice as expensive. But thankfully, a cooler head prevailed, and I only spent half as much money on 9 card packs instead of 15, which was the Arceus that I almost bought. Just give me a second to ponder my life choices. Yeah, this is what I spend my money on, of course. So I've been Japanimation. This is my first attempt at opening a pack of Pokemon cards. I had no idea what I was doing. This is all completely new to me, but I hope it was enjoyable and fun to watch, and hopefully people want me to keep making these. And I've got 8 more packs to go through that I'll be opening in the upcoming weeks. I've been Japanimation.